Hi. So, you know how sometimes you have technical difficulties? You'll know why this is funny later on in the video. So, hi. Hello, hello, hello. I do have notes. So if you see me look down, it's just so I can stay on track for you and now you don't have to listen to me ramble for 45 minutes. Okay, so hello, hello, hello. It is so great to see you. I want to start off by saying that this, just like life, is all about participation. Life is not meant to be observed, and life is meant to be lived and participated in. And so this is going to be a participation training. If you don't have anything to take notes with, go ahead and grab a pencil and pen so that you can take some notes. And be prepared if you're catching this live to type in some comments because I'm going to have some participatory options for you because information is useless without action. So we need to actually use it. Okay. All right. So our business is 80% mindset and 20% skill. Okay. And this is actually good news because mindset is something you can usually kind of take care of on your own. You can figure out the areas that you need to grow in, find some resources, do some little personal development and work on your mindset. And that's 80% of your business. You're 80% of the way there. You're motivated. You're positive. Boom. You're 80% of where you want to go with this business. The problem is those can only carry you so far, okay? Like Big Al says, if you decide to save money by swimming to England, if you get 80% there, where does that leave you? You're still going to drown, okay? 80% doesn't get you to your goals. If you're going for pink and you get 80% there, you're still going to get paid as yellow. You didn't hit the goal, okay? So 80% can only carry you so far. A good mindset without the 20% skill can only do so much. If you go to a dentist who says, you know, I didn't actually go to dental school, but I'm motivated and I'm positive, are you going to let them touch your teeth? No, you're really, really not. Okay, so mindset can only carry you so far. The good news is that skill can be taught. Awesome, right? And so over the next 5 sessions, I'm going to teach you the 5 key skills that you need to really succeed in your business. The problem is we often focus on the wrong skills. We focus on the wrong skills, ladies. We focus on selfie skills. We focus on makeup skills. We focus on live video skills. We focus on all these other skills that are not actually what we really need to build our business, okay? And so here are the 5 skills that you actually need to build a nice, firm, solid foundation for your business, okay? 1, you need to know how to build trust with people, and you need to know how to build it pretty quickly. Okay? Because if they don't trust you, they're done. They're not going to buy from you. They're not going to join you. They're going to have nothing to do with you. Okay? 2, you need to learn how to bring up your business in a way that's not weird. So you need to learn how to break the ice. Okay? So 2, break the ice. 3, you need to learn how to help people come to a decision, how to bring them to a decision. Okay, the decision is theirs, but you need to help bring them there so that they can make a decision. People are really indecisive. You need to help them make a decision. Okay, 4, you need to figure out how to help lead them to action, to take action once they've made a decision. And then 5, you need to learn how to follow up. These are the actual 5 skills that you need. Even if all you can do is wash your face and put on mascara, that's all the makeup skills that you need. And I say that all the time, you guys. You don't need to be a makeup artist to be successful in this business. You don't need to have the most gorgeous, amazing, flawless selfies to be successful in this business. You don't have to have the lives with the most watches and engagement. You don't need any of that. What you need are these 5 skills. They're going to carry you really, really far. They're going to carry you that other 20% of the way. Okay? All right. So, this is where you're going to start commenting. Okay? I want you to comment. How many chances do you get to make a first impression? How many chances do you get to make a first impression, ladies? Okay. And while you answer that, I'm going to move on and we're going to chat a little bit. The thing about people is that they are reactive to the things around them, specifically the people around them. If you smile at someone, they're likely to smile back to you. If you say something rude to someone, they're likely to say something rude back to you, right? Like they kind of react, we react to each other. What they give us, we tend to echo back to them, okay? And this is good and this is bad. The good is mindset's good, intentions are good. That's a good thing because they're going to react to that. However, the key thing for our mindset is that you have to know why you're doing this business, okay? Oh, maybe I can't see comments. Oh, if you guys are commenting and I can't see them, I hate that. I'm sorry. Let me try something really quick. Hold tight. Okay, let me try this. Okay. Maybe that worked. That's a trick that I hear might work. So how many chances do you get to make a first impression? Go ahead and comment. Hopefully comments will come through. Otherwise, I will read them later and I will just assume you guys are commenting. Okay. All right. So a little bit of neuroscience here. We're going to throw in a little bit of nerdy science stuff because I think it's really cool and it's actually really helpful to understand why these things are interesting. Oh, yay. Comments work again. The little trick worked. Yes. Okay, yay. Yes, you get one chance to make a first impression. Good job. Okay, so it's really, really important that you understand that we don't get sales. We don't get people. We're not out to like get these things and like strong arm them and like make them happen. We aren't out to manipulate people. That's not what we do, okay? Your mindset, you need to be clear on why you're doing this for you, but you also need to be clear about why you're doing this for other people, okay? So I want you to repeat after me. Write this down. I'm just offering one other option for your life. Okay, this is the mindset you have to have because we have these things called micro expressions and they aren't even really noticeable to us, but they betray our motives and our brain sees them and picks up on them. So if you ever like interacted with someone and you just don't get a good vibe from them, like you can't really explain why, they haven't really done anything or said anything, but there's just something about them you don't trust, okay? That's your brain picking up on those things, okay? So it's really important that your mindset is right about your business, okay? All right, so I have some good news and bad news all throughout this, you guys, okay? So bad news number one, every person is running on autopilot most of the time. And it's really what makes a lot of our decisions. And it's not really rational or logical in thought at all. In fact, it runs on autopilot with really outdated information. And it's not, it's not really bright, if I'm honest. I'll get to exactly like how outdated this is in a little while, okay? But this part of our brain, it's looking out for our safety and our well-being. So it's constantly on the alert. Ooh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, it's always sensing danger and maybe, okay? And so with us and our business, automatically people are on the defensive because what do they think about us? They think, oh, she's a salesperson. She just wants to sell me something. She just wants me to buy her stuff. Okay, that's what their brain is already thinking because that is what the assumption is about our industry. And so already they're on their guard. Okay, so it's really, really important that you understand that because people's instincts tell them if we're trustworthy or not. Okay, here's the good news. Okay, so bad news, good news. Bad news is they're on autopilot. They already are kind of weary of us. The good news is you can bypass this autopilot and you can get to the part of the brain that can actually hear what you are trying to offer with good intentions for them. You're actually trying to help them solve problems. You're actually trying to help them improve the quality of their life. And you can bypass to that part of the brain so they can actually hear what you have to say. Okay, so that's good news, right? Right? Okay. All right. Bad news, the next little piece of bad news. It only takes about 10 seconds for people to decide if they trust you or not. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. So that's 1 or 2 sentences. And if you blow it in that 10 seconds, you're probably not going to earn their trust. And that's kind of terrifying, right? But here's the good news. Here's the good news. You only have to be good for 10 seconds. You only have to be good for 10 seconds. If your first few sentences can bypass the autopilot, create an authentic connection with them, They can trust you. You can trust them. You've now made a new friend. Okay. And that's where the skills come in. I can teach you how to do that. Okay. So bad news, good news. Good news here, guys. Good news. You only have to be good for 10 seconds and I can teach you how to do that. Okay. So good news. All right. So let's talk about how to build instant rapport with someone and build trust. Okay. The biggest thing is we tend to think, whether we realize it or not, if they think like me, if they're like me, then I can trust them, right? We tend to connect more easily with people who are similar to us. So if you think like them, then they feel that they can trust you. It's going to bypass that autopilot that says, don't trust her. And it's going to go to the part of their brain that goes, oh, what she says is right. I can trust what she says. Okay, would you like to know how to do this? Would you like that? Give me some hearts and some likes, or give me some feedback if that would be helpful for you, okay? All right, so if you aren't taking notes yet, this is where you want to start taking notes, okay? 4 things to build trust with people, okay? Number one, say a fact that you can both agree with. And it can't be about you or them. It has to simply be a blanket fact that they can agree with. Now, I'm going to give you an example and I'm going to give you a scenario with some examples. And then I'm going to give you a scenario and I want you to comment and I want you to give me some facts. Okay. So just know that's coming. Okay. Okay. So first scenario, a friend of yours on Facebook is a mom and she writes a post about how stressed out she is and what a hard day she's having as a mom. Okay. So you could comment or you could send her a message to be like, hey girl, I saw your post. And then what you want to do is you want to throw out 1 or 2 facts that you can both agree on. And this is going to bypass their autopilot in their brain and go, yeah, I can hear her. I can listen to what she's saying. I agree with her. I can trust her. We're friends. Okay. You need to build instant rapport with people. Okay. So you got your mom friend. What if you just said mom life, right? It's not easy. Could you both agree with that? 2 moms? Yeah, you could definitely both agree with that. How about, even though sometimes they drive us crazy, we sure do love them. Could you both agree on that? Absolutely. Absolutely, right? Every mom can agree with that. So what you want to do is just say a fact. You're not like, oh yeah, my kids drive me crazy too. That's not what we're doing here. We're stating a fact that you can both agree on, okay? A fact is not personal experience. A fact is not personal opinion. Fact is simply a fact that you can both agree on. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so here is our other scenario, and I want you to come up with some options and type them below, and then I will, I'll give you some of mine as well, okay? But you're smart, you can do this. I know you can, okay? All right. A friend of yours posts on Facebook about how her boss is driving her crazy and she hates her boss. What is a fact that you could say that you could both agree on? Go ahead and type that and then I'll throw out my ideas for you in a second, okay? I want to hear what you have to say though, because really, like I said again, information without action is absolutely useless. It's a waste of time. And so the best way to learn something is to use it right away. So we're going to use it right away so you can practice. Okay, this is a safe place to practice. Okay. All right. There's a lag with the comments. I'm sure they'll come through. I'm going to go ahead and give you some of mine because I'm sure your little fingers are busy typing. Okay. So for your friend who hates her boss, could you say, man, bosses sure do make work a drag? Is that a fact you could both agree with? Absolutely. Absolutely. How about, it's hard to love your job when you hate your boss? Is that a fact you could both agree with? Absolutely. Absolutely you could, okay? And so throw out a fact that you can both agree with. If you can do this 2 times in a row, you now have a new best friend, okay? Their brain is immediately going, yeah, I like her. We think the same way. I can trust her. She's my friend. Bosses can be jerks, but we're stuck with them. Ah, that's an interesting one. Are we actually stuck with them though? That's going to come up soon. Hold tight. Okay. All right. So that's 1. Okay. Instant rapport, instant trust. You've just instantly made a friend in 2 sentences, 2 facts. Okay. All right. Number 2, when you see a baby and you start interacting with a baby, what is the first thing you do? What do you do to the baby? Like, not to the baby. That sounds weird. But what is the first thing you do when you start interacting with a baby? Okay. I'm going to tell you, but I'm waiting for you to comment, okay? What we do, the very first thing we do is we smile. We smile at the baby. And often, if the baby's like 6 weeks older or older, they will smile back at us. This is how old and outdated our autopilot is. 6 weeks old, 6 weeks of age, our autopilot says, if someone smiles at me, I can trust them, they're a friend. Y'all, our autopilots are really outdated, but they run most of our decisions, okay? And so number two, to make a new friend, to instantly build trust and rapport, smile. Even if you're messaging, I know it sounds crazy, but your smile comes through in your words and your energy when you're typing. If you are talking to somebody in person or in a live video, or you're sending a voicemail, smile while you are while you're doing your voice message, okay? Smile. It establishes trust. If you smile at someone, they usually, even now, they will smile back at you, okay? All right, 3. Words. The words that we say are key. I want you to tell me how you feel when I say these words. What does your brain automatically say as soon as I say these words? Okay, are you ready? Would you be interested in? Could I interest you in? Can I help you? All of those things seem really natural. And when we think we're in sales, we use those words. You're not in sales. But when we think we're in sales, we use those words. But what does our brain, without even any thought, you have not even considered if they could help you. You haven't even considered if you might be interested. What does your brain automatically say when you hear those phrases? No. No, I am not interested. No, I would not be interested. No, I do not need your help. No. Our autopilot shuts them down. So I have some words that we are going to be learning this session, and the next 4 sessions are going to be heavily focused on the words. The words, because the words that we say are either going to tell the autopilot absolutely no, don't even listen to what she has to say, or they're going to bypass the autopilot to the part of the brain that can actually hear what you're trying to say and can consider what you are offering. Okay? It's key. It's key. The words we say. And I will go ahead and disclose. For me, this was my struggle for 2 years in this business. I hated messaging people, and I did it anyway because it was a part of my business, but I avoided it and I forced myself to do it. And it wasn't because I didn't want to connect with people. It was simply because I didn't know what to say. I was so worried all the time that people would think I was just icky and salesy and spammy, and I just wanted them to buy something, or I just wanted them to join my team for me, and that it had nothing to do with them, which couldn't be further from the truth. I am completely focused on other people. I want nothing but good things for people. I'm genuinely trying to offer wonderful things to people, but I just didn't know what to say. And so I hated doing it because I constantly felt like I was saying the wrong thing, and they just weren't getting my heart, okay? And so if you have the right words, it's going to give you the confidence to know what to say and to know that what you're saying is coming across with the intention that you want it to. This is key. This is key, okay? All right, so words to say. I'm going to give you some words to say tonight, and then the other classes are going to be lots of words to say, okay? I want you to write down these 4 words. Well, you know how. Well, you know how. And we actually use this phrase all the time, you guys. We use it all the time. Well, you know how Jane always goes to the beach over the summer. Well, you know how my cat always throws up when he chews on the houseplants. Right? Well, you know how. We use this all the time. And what does this say to our brain? Our autopilot goes, I already know this. Pass it on through. Thumbs up. Okay? Well, you know how. Yep, I know. I do know how. Yes. Yes, the autopilot immediately goes, yes, we're good. We can listen to what she's saying. Okay, so back to our mom who's totally stressed out and totally exhausted. I'm going to go ahead and give you your scenario. It's the same girl. I want you to think of phrases that start with, well, you know how, that you could say to your friend who hates her boss. I'm going to give you some ones for the mom. Okay, well, you know how expensive kids stuff is, right? Her brain is thinking, yeah, kid stuff is expensive. Well, you know how much kids value time with their parents, right? Well, you know how just putting on mascara in the morning really just makes me feel better, or just makes you feel better? Oh, yeah, you're right. Well, you know how it's always helpful to have an extra income? Yeah, you're right. Well, you know how it's always better to work from your cell phone than an office? Yeah, you're right. And what I've done is I've just hinted at my business, and I've let her brain know it's okay for us to talk about this. And next week, we're going to talk about how to bring up your business without being a total weirdo, okay? All right, so it's your turn. I want to hear from you. What are some well-you-know-hows that you could share with your friend who hates her boss? I'm going to give you a couple while you're typing, okay? Because I'm sure you've been typing already. Okay. Well, you know how firing your boss sure would be great? Yes, right? Well, you know how jobs are only as good as the boss? Yes, right, correct, yes, okay. Well, you know, no one appreciates your hard work like you do. Oh, yeah, okay. You know how being your own boss is better than working for one. Okay, do you see how this works? Well, you know how. I actually start a lot of my videos with this. The other day, I did a palette tutorial to teach people kind of basics and what shadows go where. And I simply started it with, well, you know how you get a really gorgeous palette and you love all the colors in it, but you just don't know what to do with them. So you end up only using one or two. Everyone who watched that just went, yeah. And when their brain goes, yeah, then they can listen to what I have to say, okay? It's going to break through that autopilot so they can actually hear you, all right? And then the fourth one, I'm going to say the word that everybody hates, but I'm going to say it anyway. The fourth way to build trust in your business: consistency. Consistency. No one's going to take your business seriously until you do. And that is just the truth. And the even more honest truth is if you aren't talking about your business on your wall. And now I'm not talking about a profile full of ads. That's gross, that's icky, that's salesy, that's spammy. No, don't do that. Okay. We all have that friend. You go to her profile. It's nothing but like graphics of products and, hey, buy my stuff. Okay. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about letting your business invade your life. Let it invade your life. Okay. Because here's the deal. If it doesn't, what it communicates to everyone you know is that you don't trust your own business. And I'm sorry if that hurts, but that is the honest truth. If you don't talk about your business ever, it communicates that you don't trust your own business. And if you don't trust your own business, no one else is going to either. So you have to show up consistently on your wall. And I'm not talking about doing the same thing every single day. Every morning at 9 a.m., I'm going to post a selfie. Ding. Okay. No, not that. Consistency is not doing the same thing over and over and over again, especially if it's not working so great for you, okay? Consistency is letting your business invade your life and showing up however you can that day. I am consistent even when I'm sick. On days that I have lots of time and lots of energy, I do a lot for my business. Sometimes behind the scenes, sometimes in front of the scenes. Today, I didn't go live. You know why? It didn't fit into my day today. Okay, that's the beauty of our business. But did I still show up for my business? Absolutely. Go look at my wall. Go look at my wall. You'll see. Okay? Even when I'm sick, I show up for my business. It takes 30 seconds. 30 seconds to show up for your business, even when you're sick. Do you know how? You take a picture, selfie, looking awful. You are sick. It's okay. Show the world you are sick. Comment and say, I feel terrible, but I'm so grateful I don't have to feel guilty for not showing up to work today. Boom. You just showed up for your business. Go back to bed and finish watching like all the shows that you're binge watching on Netflix. Okay. Like just show up. Let your business be a part of your life. Okay. Sometimes that might be a live video. Sometimes it might be a selfie. Sometimes it might be shouting at a wife's sister Or you just got a package in the mail and you're like, yay, I love getting happy Y mail. Okay, taking a picture of your box. Okay, whatever it is, let Younique invade your life and then share about it. If you opened a pizza shop and you never talked about it on your wall, your friends would, one, wonder if you still ran that pizza shop. Two, think your pizza must be really terrible if you never talk about it. Right? Right? If you're never talking about how good your pizza is, nobody's coming to eat your pizza. In fact, they're not even coming to your restaurant because they don't even know if you're in business. Just saying, friends. Okay, you got to be consistent. You got to be consistent. You got to show up every day. Even if you're on vacation, do you know what I do when I'm on vacation? I do lots of different things. I take a picture of the beautiful view where I am and I'm like, sure do love my office view today. Okay? You know, or I love the flexibility that my business goes with me wherever I am. Or 5 minutes to check in with my friends on Facebook, back to vacation. Okay, like whatever you want to do, but you can still show up for your business when you're on vacation. Okay. All right. So I have homework for you. We have 4 more classes to cover the other 4 key skills. Our skill tonight was building rapport, building trust. Okay. So I have homework for you because each of these skills is going to build on the other. I broke it intentionally into smaller bits and pieces so that 1, it's a manageable amount of information, and 2, you have time and space to practice each skill before we build on it. So I have homework for you. Okay. We're going to be back on Monday to do our next skill. But for now, I want you to start commenting with facts on your friends' posts. Either send them a message, comment in their comments. If you're in person, respond with a fact. Now, I will tell you, I have social anxiety. This is actually the hardest one for me. I can think of all the other things to say, but for me, connecting with a person I don't know very much is terrifying. And when that happens, my brain sort of shuts down and I can't think of anything to say. This is the hardest thing for me. So if that's a struggle for you too, think about scenarios that you might encounter throughout your day, your week, your life, and go ahead and write down and have an arsenal of facts that you can throw out. Okay, if you're standing in line at the cashier, what's a fact you could throw out? Man, sure is hard to work on your feet all day. Okay, so have some things in your back pocket that you can throw out to connect with people around you and practice. I want you to start practicing with these. Okay, 2, I want you to work so you know how into every conversation that you can. Seriously, throw that phrase around like confetti. Throw it around like confetti. So you know this, so you know that, so you know. It's a totally natural phrase. We use it all the time. I want you to be intentional about using it as much as you can. Get it ingrained in there because again, information without action is absolutely useless and it's not going to get you where you want to go. Okay. And then the 3rd, I want you to commit to show up for your business every day. You just have to decide to do it. You have to decide that even when you're tired and even when you're sick, you're going to take 30 seconds and just do something to show up for your business that day. You may not have the time and the energy to do a live video or to message a lot of people, but you can show up somehow for your business and continue to build that trust with your network. Okay, you can. You just have to decide that it's important to you and that you're going to do it. All right. Okay. On Monday, we're going to learn how to bring up our business with people without being a total weirdo and scaring them. Yay. I hope this is helpful for you. If you have questions or comments, please reach out to me and I will see you again later. Bye.